Hello everybody, Cedric and Cedric here, CR Wrestling Commentary, New Japan Pro Wrestling, G1 Climax 31, day 14. Had to skip a day because it wasn't uploaded. Hey, you saw it, was it uploaded?
Nope, still not there.
Well, he got MLW, or she, or they, someone, the uploader got MLW up there.
Right, Lance, so we're appreciative.
Yep. So we're going to start off with Tama Tonga versus Tai Chi, and you know something? This match was good.
It was a good match.
Tai Chi's matches need not ever be long, unless main eventing. So here's the thing. All right, Tama Tonga come out looking serious like normal because he's trying to show that side of him to New Japan office. You know, look, I ain't dumb. I know that you've seen an abrupt change. You know. Yeah, I know it's been a year, but for us, it's like we got used to one thing and then snap, here's this. Tai Chi, it took him some time, but now he's become competitive. And it's been a year and he's still doing it. So, as far as I'm concerned, if you can do something for a month, you know, you're pretty good. But this has been a year and he's still doing it. So to me, this is him. And he might do something new every once in a while because Tai Chi seems to be a student of the move game. He's trying to find himself. And I think he's there. I think he's there. You know, you find that love, that this is me thing.
It's unfortunate he can't do anything about his face.
No, he can't. But he's got great facial expressions you never, ever see until today.
Well, douche faces are usually expressing it.
No, they only got one face, and that's douchebaggery. That's it. Just big old goddamn douche. Any case, hey, his ribs are taped, so whatever happened on that day we missed, you know, that's all we got.
Big old bullseye, as I said. He couldn't be more noticeable unless the ribs were on fire. Just came out with flaming ribs. That's how obvious that tape was.
It harkens me back to CAWF when he was the Hindu Sheik, his character, and he was hurting. He got exhausted during the match, so he's got to sell it. And so there's like, it's his ribs. His ribs is hurting. And then I was marking out. It was so funny to me. And so this match, Tama goes after the ribs, and Tai Chi spends a lot. Look, damn it, Kevin Kelly done went heel. He done went heel. What happened, Kevin? What happened? Where did you go wrong?
Tai Chi was strangling the Tama Tonga.
Greco-Roman throat lock, really?
Throat hold. That's what.
Yeah, throat hold.
Kevin Kelly was calling it. The referee's unfamiliar with the Greco-Roman throat hold.
Yes, that's usually what you see in some kind of porn or something. You know. Wait, two different things.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Wait. Yeah. Okay. Either way, you know, breathing is impossible.
The hell.
What? Just saying. So this right here kept happening over and over and over. He called it a weird. I'm like, come on, Kevin Kelly. I'll be honest with you. You had me laughing. It was comical. Got naked. Okay.
Just like when his monitor always goes out whenever Yano's doing something.
Yeah. My monitor goes out. Oh, there he goes. It's back. Kevin Kelly. Despite the things I dislike, despite those small, very, very exceptionally very few things, he's awesome. He's awesome. And I am glad that Vince McMahon passed him over for Michael Cole so he can actually commentate sports-based matches and not.
He passed him over for Michael Cole?
Well, yeah, because Kevin Kelly is on the portly side. He's not extremely handsome and whatnot, even though he's way more qualified than Michael Cole was, you know. Anyway, hell, after all this time, still more qualified than Cole is. But if WWE gets a hold of Kevin Kelly now, it would just be destructive to New Japan's English commentary.
Yeah.
It really would. Tama eventually, he breaks multiple moves by going to the ribs. And in a short amount of time, and it makes sense, it flows because they took their time, but they didn't wait forever. They got their shit in more or less. And while they got a lot of moves in, it was a struggle. It was an actual struggle. They both showed they could put on a good match with each other. And yeah, this is a rivalry, and Kevin Kelly went over that. Like I tried to tell Jimmy Whisper that he said that the language barrier for New Japan is a turnoff. And I understand that it could be with the wrestlers, but then when you got Kevin Kelly and Chris up there, and Chris, he's obviously fluent in Japanese, so they can translate certain things for you. And on YouTube, the post matches that we aren't watching because it will just take forever, they translated the closed caption, the CC at the bottom, closed caption. They'll translate it there. So take advantage if you can. If you really want to know any and everything that's going on before, during, and after, and then where we watch wrestling, this English commentary. That's why we're able to talk about Kevin Kelly and stuff like that.
Yeah,
so
they have both commentary available.
Yes.
This is a very good match. I think that Tama Tonga should have been more vicious.
Oh yeah, he should have.
He took it easy on Tai Chi.
Yeah.
Cause I was expecting to see more attack of the ribs. I was expecting to see something along the lines of, Minoru Suzuki attacking Juice's messed up leg.
Oh, that was so wrong. That was so wrong. I felt so bad. I ain't gonna lie, I almost busted a tear for Juice, cause I know what it means to have some bad legs, man. That ain't cool. Hell, bad legs, arms. I done busted my ribs. I done done it all, and I'm not a wrestler. And I did it all before I was 21. So I had my day in the sun.
He took it easy on Tai Chi because he really could have, and I really think he should have fucked him up. But other than that, that's my only complaint. It was a good match.
Tama, he hits. Look, he got in a different version of it. He got Jimmy Snuka's double chop. He got that. He got the massive body press, the super fly. And he does it. He missed the first one, got the second one. But he does it. And I saw the magic of it. Because you watch Tama do it, and it's like, man, look at that hang time. It's not so much hang time as is when he jumps, he gets his arms set immediately. And once he do that, you see his arms, it's almost like it's an optical illusion. It freezes him in midair because his arms are just stuck in one spot before he starts his descent.
He looks like a flying squirrel.
And he does it perfectly.
When you see a flying squirrel leap and they glide across the air, the positioning is identical to Tama Tonga's when he does that move.
Yep. Jimmy Snuka's arms are more outstretched or to the side. El Snuka. But, Tama Tonga, he holds his back a little bit, balled up in the fist. He does an amazing job with that body press. It's great. He's added to his repertoire. And he might remove a few things that he's not exactly happy with or he just fell out of love with, But this right here is good, And Tai Chi, he got that Unari backdrop in. He was trying to get the kicks in. He kept trying to get the air raid crash, what he calls Black Mephisto. He was trying to get all that stuff in. And, working the ribs was stopping him. Now, as Cedra said, Tama wasn't as vicious, and he should have been. He was protecting Tai Chi. And Tai Chi, look, he had Tai Chi in a body lock and a leg scissors. Tai Chi's face was like, oh my God, like, is that off the hook pain?
Yeah, when you're in pain and you got to hold your head when your head's not the problem. That pain.
That level of pain. I'm telling you, Tai Chi showed a different dynamic, whether it was by force or not. He showed a different dynamic of him. And that is important. Because someone looking at it and say, whoa, that's how you sell a move. It's like, dude, I was really hurt. You're like, yep. Yeah, that's the point.
Remember that pain.
Yes.
Remember how your face felt.
Yes. Remember that. You know, so you can do that with other moves and sell it instead of I got dropped on my head and I just look up and see like, oh, who cares? No. Show that. Oh my goodness. You know, if you are a wrestler or wanting to be a wrestler, when you get hurt playing any other sport or walking around the house stubbing a toe or something, and you get that look like, oh shit, remember that.
That's the one. Remember the pain of stubbing a toe and the way your face and body react. You have perfect facial expression.
Yes. You know, perfect every time. You know, so keep that in mind, peoples. All right. The match does go on, you know, and Miho Abe, she's adorable as all get out. I've never gave a damn. I always considered her on the unsightly side. That's just me. But now,
man.
What?
Unsightly?
She was not very good looking by any stretch of the imagination to me.
She got the same face. And nothing changed.
I don't know what's changed. I know what it is. She had about maybe 3 or 4 sandwiches and and her clavicle is filled in. And that means the rest of her face has filled in. Because you look at her a year and a half ago, she kind of getting that mosquito face going. But now, you know, her face has a little weight to it. Like, hey, this person is trying to be nourished. So
she could be retaining water.
She could be. And if so, don't let it go. Hold on tight. Hold it right there. You got it right there. Hold the water there. And if it's coming out, drink some more. Replenish what you're losing. I just ish. So Tama Tonga ultimately, after 2 attempts, he gets the gun stun on, and I truthfully think he needs to rename that move to anything. If you want to go back to the flying or leaping Ace Crusher or something, or just Ace Crusher, I'm fine with that. But Carl Anderson, you were cool, you were awesome, and now you are shit. You went from legendary to shit. I would certainly have to rename that move. All right. Tamakata. Or, I know it's kind of weird. I know Tommy Rogers named his own move. But Tamatonga, he could call it a Tamakaze. Or Tamakaze. It would translate to Tama's wind, but still, okay. It sounds like a fart. I know, but it's something. You know, Tamakami Cutter, Tama's God Cutter, something. I don't know. Spitball in here, something. Just gun stun. I'd be like, you can keep your crap. You know, I'm gonna rename it. But he hits it. And I said, man, you better cover him instead of that dumb shit. I was like, what I say? What I said? I called him something.
I don't remember what you called him, but yeah.
I was like, yeah, I said, cover him, you dumbass.
Yeah.
And she's like, what in the world? Because what he did with Tanahashi, he hit it, and I'm gonna parade around and roll around. Yay, I did it! I won everything. And go over there, crucifix 1, 2, 3, just to look good, and then lose at the end and be like, oh, it was a mistake. No, I saw through it. Anyone with one eye can see through that.
Yeah.
All right. If your whole arena was lead, Superman could still see through that. But this one, he covered Tai Chi, got the 1, 2, 3, and Miho Abe being very cute, standing out there, twirling around and bowing and stuff, and Tai Chi selling not just the ribs, but the move beautiful, properly done. That's how it needs to be, as it's always been. Douche face wasn't so much douche face.
Oh, he was still douche face, but he did good.
Yeah, he did good because he lost.
Oh, he performed well. I give him his credit when he won.
Bullshit.
He's still douche face, but he's doing his damn job now.
I will take what I can get. I would. Tai Chi, douche face. You said performed well. I will leave it at that. I will leave it at that. So we got some more matches, y'all, and you know what? Before doing that, because we're gonna make the other matches short because we're going long on this one. Zemo times 2 brought up to me that I just don't sound like I'm having fun anymore. And when it comes to wrestling, it's hard to be hyper enthusiastic or as enthusiastic as we used to be when everything is becoming highly predictable. And we're sick. And I'm holding in mucus that's trying to run to the back of my throat right now. It's not cool. Cedra's recovered from being sick, but she's got a bug or something. She was in and out the bathroom. We ain't right now. We ain't been right for weeks. We are jacked up. All right. But but still, he noticed that we don't sound so enthusiastic. And I'll be honest with you, I appreciate that. I have no idea how much I appreciate that. I could go into the details of it, but trust me, I appreciate the acknowledgement of that. That's awesome. Thank you, Zemo. And I'm going to say it straight up, thank you, All Net Zonta. His small comments, he like what we got to say.
He's so enthusiastic.
Yes.
I love it.
Yes, he is. And I think Jimmy Whisper listens to the G1s as well, I think. And if he's not going to watch them, he can hear our take on the matches, whatnot, and move on. But we want to know, do you think we do these? Do we spend too much time on a match? Or should we just kind of wham, bam, diggity, diggity, dong? Just get it over with.
It depends on who's wrestling.
I'm talking about every match. Every match. Every single match. All the matches.
I'm gonna hurt you. I got to think.
We're gonna get to the next one. I'm gonna be recording a road show in between matches and whatnot. So you can move faster. You got a pee, Cedra.
Everybody does.
I can't. I'm almost a cripple. And the other noise you hear in the background, that's our daughter. She's on the computer across the room, hanging out with her buddies. So we gonna move on and get to the next match and stuff like that. And yes, we know. I think the next A block. I think this is A block. I think. Well, anyway, for Tama Tonga, his next match will be against Okada Kazuchika. We most likely might. That's a tough one. We might skip it. We might watch it. It just depends. But it's the only way Tama Tonga is going to be in the main event. You think he ain't going to main event? It's Okada. It's their golden boy. So let's roll. Following match is Sanada versus Yoshihashi. And you know what? This was a really good match.
It was.
Yoshihashi showed urgency.
Mm-hmm.
They got a little bit of their stuff in. And Yoshihashi, like Sanada, you know how smooth he is. He's light on his feet. He does well. But there was a point he missed, the moonsault he went for. Yoshihashi got the knees up deep.
Mm-hmm.
Deep in them guts.
Yep.
All right. Yoshihashi goes for the swanton, and Sanada get the knees up.
Yep.
He ate that back up, and
he hurt his knee too.
Yeah. Again, he's limping.
Yeah.
It's a subtle limp, and the match carried on. Yoshihashi had urgency.
Mm-hmm.
That's what really made this match. Because if it was Yoshihashi a year ago, it would have been boring. I would have skipped. I would have skipped. He wouldn't have been trying. It wouldn't look like he's trying, but he'd be hollering.
He's not the kind of wrestler that can do strategic pacing. That's not his deal.
No,
not everybody can do that. Not everybody is Sonata.
And this was Sonata's pace. But Yoshihashi was like, instead of holding back, kneeling, waiting, he goes right into the next move. Or at least trying to.
He's still hollering, sound like an 11-year-old throwing a tantrum.
But it matches the urgency of his movements.
It does.
And so that makes it kind of just makes it null and void, not in a bad way, but in a way that the hollering and then the assertion of your next attempt, it blends well. And it masks each other as in, oh no, this guy's really going for it. And that's what you want. You want to see this guy's going for it instead of, oh, he's yelling again. We're going to, we'll see how it gets countered. Because that's how it was every year. All his matches. He's yelling again. We'll just see how he gets countered. That's really all it is. But he didn't do that. It all made sense and it flowed. So this is the Yoshihashi I would like to see. However, Yoshihashi might start to get rid of moves he don't need. And he's got his own version, as Kevin Kelly said, the Ushigoroshi, but it's the Northern Light Bomb. It's a high-angle Northern Light Bomb. It's damn near a free-fall brain buster. It's a good move. It's something like Naito's, but it's buried because no one's going to... A move like that not winning a match just looks phony.
I think he needs another finisher, one that's not so complicated to set up.
The pump handle side driver that he calls Karma. He hits it. That's it. And I love that they're protecting that move. But this other one could be a great one. It's not a main event finisher. You could put it that way if you want to, but I think it is. But me, I just love the Northern Light Bomb. I really do. But it could be, hey, it's not main event, so I can win with it. And then in the main event, I need Karma.
Yeah, that would work.
Yeah, ain't nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. That actually helps Yoshihashi looks more dangerous. And in this match, you get to see Yoshihashi go after Sonata instead of being led through a match, by his britches.
Yeah.
So even though they got their moonsault, swanton, and Yoshihashi didn't necessarily go that I saw for the butterfly lock. And honestly, I dropped that move. I really would, because that is a finishing move. How he puts it on when he applies it and then leans over and sits down and bows you up. Beautiful.
He never does it like that anymore.
He don't, because he ain't gonna win with it.
Yeah.
He only does it when he's going to win, and that shows through you. This New Japan Pro Wrestling has very bad booking. Get your shit in, all of it, best that you can, and only your finisher will win the match. So that means moves that could be finishers get buried. That's what the problem is. Since the butterfly lock isn't his finisher and they don't want him to be a top tier, there's too many matches he should have won. Yoshihashi should have won so many matches. But look, after getting some more moves in, because instead of just calling out moving, I'm not doing the whole taking notes and reading it, but still, Sonata did something that I hadn't seen. I don't recall, I think I've seen him do it maybe one other time, but he grabbed Yoshihashi's wrist, got up almost in this weird kind of Michael Bay panning position. And he was dragging him around while he was getting him to his feet, and Sonata used the cutthroat boast.
Oh.
I don't recall ever him. I know I've seen him do it one other time,
but it's not a usual in the usual bag of tricks.
Sonata's a guy like, you know what? I got you up. I put the move on. I break your shit up. You tap. I move on. Bada bada bing. Who cares? No, when he got him up, like, you know what? This shit is over. And I'm not gonna lie, I got goosebumps all on my shoulders and back and neck. I was like, oh, what is he finna do? Because I've not seen him do a cutthroat. So I'm curious. And he got the dragon sleeper and scissor lock on that he called Skull in.
And he did it. He did that move the way he needs to do that move. He did the move the way he used to do it when I determined that Sonata could do no wrong. When LIJ would be in the multi-man matches and everybody be in there doing their thing, and then they would send Sonata in to finish some schlub off. Because Sonata is a finisher.
Exactly. And he used his finisher. He didn't swing him around style, which he could when he does the swinging sleeper choke into the skull in, or the swinging dragon sleeper. Yeah, you know it's gonna be some shit. But he didn't do that before. Before it's come here, I'm gonna lock this in, ain't nothing you can do about it.
He did this shit like he had a date to get to. Like I gotta finish this up.
Yep. I got date and wake up and do taxes. I can't be here all night. And so he got it done. He got the submission win. It made sense. Although, to be honest, being the second match, Yoshihashi's high angle Northern Light bomb, if he won with it, I would have felt it was right. I'd be disappointed that Sonata lost, but it would have made sense. It really would have made sense. I don't even think you could deny that, Cedra. You know, I
wouldn't be happy with it, but yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't be happy with it, but yet it would have made sense. And then if they keep letting that happen, then Yoshihashi becomes dangerous. And Kevin Kelly said Yoshihashi is garnered kind of as a striker, and I was like, the fuck?
He can chop.
That's it.
That's what he can do.
He can chop. That's not a striker. Then Ric Flair's a striker.
And Ric Flair was never a striker.
Ever. Just saying. But this is a good match. I could honestly watch it again. Especially the ending. But that was really good. You know, if anyone out there is watching these matches, I'd like to see what y'all have to say about it. You know, and I read them comments. You know. But I like this. I want to see Yoshihashi like this more, and I like to see more of Sonata like this.
The finisher.
The finisher. You know, that's what I want to see. New Japan need to get their head out their ass and really look at their wrestlers. Look at the talent for what their talent is. Look at these moves. Study these moves and then arrange the matches accordingly. Not we like this guy more, so he goes over just burying somebody's moves. Really look at it. Study it. Understand it. And book accordingly. You know how these matches can go. Great martial artists, two of them can get together after studying each other's matches. Stand there and talk through what they would do without ever landing a blow, and one could say, I concede because at this point I would lose. They could do that. I've listened to legit people do that. So, come on, get your shit together, man. That's what I'm saying, New Japan. Because the American audience, they're enamored because it's Japanese. But once that magic goes away and they start seeing through this shit, it's going to drop. It's going to drop. So, it's a race against time. A race against awareness. And before the computer system can awaken, change the algorithm. Just saying. With that, let's roll. All right, everybody. So we got Chase Owens versus Okada Kazuchika. That's the next match. And the match starts off really well. Both of them feeling each other out. You know, it's going to be a long duration match. And, you know, they tie up. Chase, you know, he gets a little sneak in. He does that throughout the match. And then he ultimately stops, you know, because he's just stopping. And then Okada, you know, he gets, good grief, what, 2, 3 drop kicks in? I mean, what you laughing at?
Nothing.
And so they go back and forth. Chase Owens shows that he's just a great ground skill professional wrestler. Okada, as much as I dislike him, yeah, he shows that he's got great ground skills too. And the match does tumble out the ring for a little bit, but not too long. Gets back in. Okada, I don't know why he keeps catering, yelling to the fans. They aren't going to really react to him. They haven't for a while. But they do react to Chase Owens. And Chase Owens is doing the best that he can. He's showing that he's got counter for counter, hold for hold. And then when they finally get to the meat of it all, Chase Owens, he gets an attempt at the package power driver and just doesn't do it. Don't do it. He got him up. He could just drop him. Don't. Because, you know, Okada's got to look good, right? And then Okada tries to get the lariat on. Can't do it because his lariat is somehow stronger than a jumping, spinning tombstone pile driver. Somehow that forearm knockdown is stronger than that. I don't know how. But then he gets like a version of the Buffalo Sleeper on that he calls the money clip. And I'm like, you better not tap to that. That's what I'm thinking, Chase, you better not tap to that. He doesn't until Okada drags him in, sits down and bridges up. And I was like, and I ain't gonna lie, I popped for that. It was instant. It was a knee-jerk reaction from me, so that means it's legit. And I was like, ooh. And then Chase Owens submits to that, which makes sense. You can see his arm, his tricep bow up. It looked bad. He submits to that. Okada wins. Chase loses. Chase Owens is so low on the totem pole that Okada couldn't even main event. Just saying.
And he was taunting him with the too sweet sign while Chase was leaving.
Yeah. So Okada's a dick.
Oh, we all knew that.
Yeah. So that's really all we got to say about that. So let's roll. Okay, so next match, Evil versus Goto Hiroki. And
it's
you know what?
Oh, so damn boring.
You thought it was boring?
Yes.
Well, I guess because it was obvious and elementary.
Yep, it was.
But here's the thing. I enjoyed this match as much as I am, and this is bad heat, disliking Evil. This match is a reason why. But Goto Hiroki made it exciting for me.
Yeah, he showed more enthusiasm than he normally does, because I'm guessing he must, as you said earlier, just like Evil a whole lot.
I said this is going to be a different match because Goto does not like Evil. He don't. And they tie up, they do their thing. Goto has urgency. Goto has a need. Evil slammed Goto into the railing outside, knocked everything over. Timekeeper all jacked up. But that's just the bit that they do. You know, and it hit me when I said, oh, you know what? Naito would always go to the timekeeper or somebody and mess with him. Evil's like, let me upstage you a little bit. I think that's what this is. I really think that's what it is. It's just Evil trying to outdo Naito. And the match, battle-wise, it was good. Goto showed fight. Goto has a certain air when he is in the fight that just changes the entire scope of the match. And he had it here. His hair is wild. He's wild. He's swinging for the fences. He's trying to lay strikes and kicks in. He's trying to go for gusto. That's the Goto I like to see. And I was like, I want to hope Goto to win, but it ain't going to happen because Goto should win, to be honest. Goto later, I mean, after the ref got all messed up. Ref got messed up, Evil distracting the ref. Everything that could go stupidly went stupidly in this. It's funny to see it, and I do get a little smile, but the one that wants to see a good heel wrestler isn't seeing that and That's what I'm missing. Evil at one point was a good heel wrestler, as Cedric said a few shows ago. You know, he needed. Yeah, he would chairs. He would cheat. He would do that alone, and that's what made it okay. Because that Evil's the one that got the pop from the crowd. They wanted to see him beat Okada. They wanted to see him decimate Okada. They wanted to see him beat anybody. Even Naito. They want to see that Evil beat everybody. But with Dick Togo there, no one gives a shit. When Evil wins, it's flat. Evil doesn't realize it. The booking committee, because you know they got one, if it's still ghetto, but they don't realize it. Evil is about a year, if that, from that go home heat that Tai Chi had when we got back into this. Literally, Tai Chi left that crap and they're putting Evil into it. It won't be long before they have to split him from Bullet Club. It's like he's already rebranded himself anyway. This Goto Hiroki made the match worth a damn. And he got on that nice Indian deathlock and back leg hook, which is a move. I'm like, how do you get out of that? You're done. Your legs are completely trapped. The dude's entire body weight is on you.
That's it. That's a wrap.
Yeah, you got nothing. And he's not even really putting pressure down on you because he's standing there on you. So even without his hands holding you down, you've got his full weight pushing you down. It's perfect. I would almost call it the perfect cradle. It takes some shit to get into it, but Goto knows how to roll you around on the mat and get you in the right spot, in the right position every time. Goto hit the GTW and then the reverse GTR. And when he hit that reverse GTR, he slammed Evil's face right on his lower thigh. And Evil was stunned. The look on his face, that was not a wrestling sell. Evil looked like, did something bad just happen? He looked lost. He didn't look right. And Evil cannot sell this well. Mm-hmm. He has never sold a move this well. He got popped. Not concussed, I doubt that. But he got popped. And he's just standing there like, and it's only for a fleeting few seconds, but it was there. I wanted Goto to win. I was really hoping he was going to win. Then when Evil holds the ref like, I got you, help me, or whatever the hell was going on, Dick Togo comes in with the garrote, strangling Goto, and I'm like, fuck this. And see, this is the stuff that'll make me, that moment there is the equivalent of everything about Okada. It's everything. And look, I'm going to shoot straight. With Okada and Chase Owens, I skipped that shit right to the very end, picture perfect, just like I've done every other time. Know exactly how long the match needs to go. Right when they get to the moves where it's like, okay, now we're in dire straits. Didn't I get on the right spot, Cedra?
Yes, you did.
Perfect. Because Okada's that goddamn predictable. That's why. When you are that predictable that I can pick the time slot where to start with you, you are too fucking predictable. It's that simple. And I've done it the whole G1. Back-to-back Okada matches. Every one of them. And I can do it again. That's how bad it is. These matches range from a minimum of 8 minutes to a maximum of 29 and a half. Unless they need it to go to a draw for some reason. And I can always get his. I can't get anybody else's. I ain't even tried. No, I tried with others because I was like, yeah, we know how this is going to go. Bam, I'm right there. But still, it's sort of hit and miss. Somebody got to skip. You know, like Zack Sabre, I think we skipped one of his.
Yeah.
Just one. and it took a little bit to get there. I don't have to deal with anybody else's. I can't do this with Evil's because Evil's matches, I'm going to be honest with you, they're better than Okada's. Because even though they're shit-tacular with all the meaningless cheating and outside interference cheating, which is really what it is, the meaningless cheating, his matches aren't always the same, either same duration, and they don't always go the same. So he's always trying a different cheat. It ain't the same like Tai Chi. The same stuff in the same order, the same way. It's different with Evil. So that's why I can't thoroughly hate him, but I acknowledge and recognize how he's falling and how he's going to eventually.
They're not different.
Yes, they are. Okay, look, the garrote does happen. Okay, right?
Yeah.
The distraction of the ref, that does happen, right?
Yeah.
That's really about it.
The
Dick Togo, that's common. Okay, look, you want to run me down? No. You want to tell you who did nut shots like crazy? Chono Masahiro.
Okay, cool.
No one had a problem with him. But the reason I say it's different is because it's never at the exact same time every time. It's always a different interval.
I think you're cutting him too much slack.
I don't think so. However, you just might be right. I just can't see that I am. You know, I'm trying to be fair.
But it is the same as grab the ref, nut shot, garrote, win. Grab the ref, nut shot, garrote.
So it's actually gone that way?
Yeah. So much so he grabs the ref like 3 times a match.
Maybe that's what's throwing it off because I see him doing something. That's sad, y'all. That's sad. See it grabbing the ref that much in the match.
Grab him, throw him, or try and throw someone to him. You know, he might as well be the abused housewife as much as Marty gets thrown around.
Evil was a boss. Evil got demoted to an underboss, which is scarier than the boss, to be honest. Because you got to go through the underboss to get to the boss.
Yeah, he's supposed to be scarier.
Now Evil is basically an overlord type henchman. He's like the top tier henchman, but he's the underboss's bitch. That's the area Evil is. That's where I see him. And in 6 months to a year, I don't know where he's going to be, but this is not it. I would have done a better booking job. Either tag team or get the fuck out. I'd be damn I hire somebody just to be an outside interference aid to somebody. And I know that's what he was brought on as Eva called him that, but still, you good enough to get out there and do this shit, you're going to wrestle, you're going to tag team. You're going to participate. That's what you're going to do. Because this shit is aggravating. Evil is better than this. He needs to be better than this. I know what they're trying, but they suck at it. They need to do better. Goto Hiroki needs to perform like this every time. This should be the bare minimum that you see him, because this Goto I can watch all day, every day. But he might be performing like this because he ain't got nothing else to lose. He's out. He can't win the G1. No chance. Anyway, as upset as I am, I got so much hope for these two. And I hate being let down when I see such brilliance. I hate it. Let's roll. Okay, it's your main event. Jeff Cobb versus Tanahashi Hiroshi. And you go into this thinking, okay, Cobb ain't lost a match. Tanahashi has lost, what, 1, 2 matches?
I think 3.
Maybe 3, okay. But Tanahashi has the capability of losing. Cobb, he's on a tear. He's on a roll. He's got that it factor going into this match. And
honestly, I don't think any of that has anything to do with it. I think that
I'm just going on how somebody with you going into this that's slowly or somewhat keeping up with stats, win-loss, in-ring performance, and things like that. That's what I'm going with.
Okay.
I was just going on that, you know. Going on how we feel about it, it's like, well, Jeff been to win another match. Because Jeff Cobb, I mean,
he's got all the tools.
Yeah.
His tool chest is overflowing.
He can work on cars, planes, trucks, bicycles, and all that. Tanahashi got enough to fix the microwave a little bit. You know, it's an important thing, the microwave.
And he has fixed the errors that he had in previous G1, namely his conditioning.
His conditioning, elevated. Cardio, elevated. Agility, elevated. Power, elevated. Tan, elevated. Need to drive. Gear, elevated.
He got that ball thing going on, traveling ball thing.
Yep. And facial hair, elevated. He's got everything.
And his craftiness. I love the fact that he's got the return tour of the islands.
And I said a while ago, he needs to add that. Instead of throwing them to the ropes, he needs to just yank their ass back because that'll catch you off guard. In addition, he can sell moves. In other words, truthfully, I know this might get some jeers. He's got everything Tanahashi got. You know? And or had. Everything that made Tanahashi a main eventer, Jeff Cobb now got it. He's got it. So these two in the main event make sense. We want to watch this match.
Yeah.
This match was like, man, this it right here. We got to do the thing, man. And they did it.
I knew who was gonna win.
Yeah. Well, truthfully, mine was Hope. But here's the thing. Because of how they did Tanahashi teaming with Ibushi, and it sucks, but because of Okada, I am tired of them making Tanahashi lose everything. There is a middle ground that New Japan doesn't understand one can have. But in this, I'm like, you know what? Tanahashi deserves a win. But then again, Jeff doesn't deserve to lose. So that's where I'm going at.
To me, if you're lining up the competitors and their toolkits, Tanahashi's outclassed.
Yes, I'll give you that. Yeah. So in this match, they play a little cat and mouse and begin sliding in and out the ring. A little chasey chase, a little something fun. Jeff got the good facial expressions, like I'm gonna kill you. Not angry. That smirk he had at the introductions.
Oh my goodness.
Like I'm gonna kill you.
Gonna so whoop your ass. You just don't know. That's how he was looking.
And then Jeff Cobb got hit, and that game went out the window. That's what happened. You know, they had multiple good spots. I'm not going to remember all of them. I really should have jotted these down as I went, but I'm too busy working on CR5 Pro Road, having good matches in that. I'm just, you know, it's all simulation. So what they do is what they do. And I turned my head for a second, and one match, now I'm going to have to go edit that at the end because it stalled too long, and they just sitting there staring at each other. And I'm like, dude, should I have words, or should I just, you know, kind of fade it out real quick to shorten it? I think I'm going to fade it out. And yeah, I need to fade it out because there's really no words that need to be said. It was fucked up. But man, you know, I enjoy every part of this match. Both of these guys are so great at what they do. I'm happy Jeff Cobb has hit this level where I can he come out and I can enjoy watching him wrestle. You know, they'll wrestle to come out, you're like, well, here they are. You know, like the Young Bucks and stuff like that. They did their spot on the outside. They came back in. Jeff showing such a power game. When Tanahashi come off the ropes and Jeff is like, I'm going to lift you up to an over the shoulder like for a power slam or something. Jeff, if you watch it, Jeff lifted Tanahashi, threw him on his shoulder, and he was set like, I am comfortable. I am going to hold you and slam you. His whole arm got in that position. And Tanahashi's like, no, I'm going to float behind. I'm not going to be on your shoulder. I can't get jacked up early. Tanahashi worked the legs, and it started after a failed deadlift suplex from the inside out. Tanahashi grabbed that leg and drug him down the apron. Jeff Cobb, no. And he had that dragon screw, and he just went rigid. Tanahashi he eventually got the elevated Texas Clover hold. Tanahashi was putting it on Jeff. He got Sling Blade. Hell, Spin Cycle, the capture or lifting backspin backdrop that Jeff Cobb does. Tanahashi did the Sling Blade out of that. Marvelous work. That was awesome. I'm like, Tanahashi is in it to win it. Tanahashi comes off the top rope to the outside with the frog splash onto a standing opponent. All right. Bounces off Jeff Cobb.
And it hurts himself.
Yeah. Sorry about that. Had to cough. Hurt himself. You could. I mean, you look back at it. He hit Jeff Cobb and bounced backwards. He bounced off the man's body. Tanahashi had the full forward momentum and bounced backwards. And Jeff Cobb, he fell over, you know. And Jeff was laying there. He's selling. Tanahashi is holding his chest because he hit his chest on Jeff Cobb's shoulder. Tanahashi's like, I hurt so bad. And the only heel in this match is Red Shoes. The referee is the mega heel. He is becoming Tiger Hattori. He's like, y'all hurt, right? Get up. Get up. Get on up. You're bleeding.
Get up.
Is your head hanging? Your knee twisted backwards? Get up. Get up.
Get up, fight.
Yep, I got to earn my paycheck. Get up. Like, what happened? What happened, Cobb? Your teeth hanging? They all messed up? You know, you got a hernia, your anus is all inverted. Get up. Get up. I don't care. You're bleeding through your throat. Get up. Red Shoes don't give a damn. He don't give a. Red Shoes is the most epic heel in professional wrestling. You cannot out heel Red Shoes. Him giving a fuck about you will never happen. Ever. Ever. All right, he is corporate accountant. He don't give a shit about life. So he gets to the point. Jeff Cobb, nice drop kick. That was early on. He didn't. Jeff Cobb didn't do a lot of clotheslining, if any at all, really. You know, did he even do the moonsault, the standing moonsault?
Yes, he did.
Okay, he got it. That must be when I wasn't looking at the screen, trying to make sure I got the show going good.
He made sure that Tanahashi had all his shit in.
Yeah. Cobb more or less got his shit in, more or less. But Jeff Cobb didn't have to do much. He was showing that he could go along with a carried match and or carry a match. There's a point where him and Tanahashi on the mat and Jeff is like, give up. Give up, Tanahashi. No. Give up. No. Give up, goddamn. No. And Tanahashi says something, and he's like, give up. No. And he gets up, and I'm like, this is so cool. Literally, I thought, this is so cool. I'm just watching this stuff, and that's when I missed my match. I had to end it. I was like, oh no. So I'm like, this is really cool. Cobb is hobbling. Can't put any pressure on the leg. Tanahashi, pretty much the same way. So they gotta fight off of that. A little bit earlier on, just to back it up, because I remember this just now, Cobb decides to showboat and try the sunset flip off the middle rope on the Tanahashi using all of his boasts and stuff. Tanahashi move out the way, and then later Tanahashi's like, let me show you how to do it, man. I like that. I like that. Cobb is like, I'm trying to heal it up. But you could tell Cobb was having too much fun. And when Cobb did it, he hit flat. It looked bad. I was like, if your back ain't stinging, good on you. Because when he hit, you can hear the impact, but the ring don't necessarily flex. That's how hard the rings are these days. I remember being a kid, seeing the referee bounce up and down in the ring like he was on a waterbed. I thought I was like, man, that's awesome. So Cobb, they keep going. Cobb keeps trying Tour of the Islands. Not working. He can't throw him, the head and back push off that he does, which is unique because he does the Irish whip the right way any other time. But when he's setting up for his finisher, that's when you get the head and back push off like that, the head palm shoot off, which is how it should be. Great. Tanahashi's like, I'm not going with any of that. They fight just a little bit more, and Jeff is like, I'm sick of this shit. He gets all of him, grabs him by that wrist, pretends to throw him, and nope, he yanks him into his arms. You can hear it. You can hear the breath leave Tanahashi. You can hear the collision of their body. Jeff is like, you are going to get it. And he put Tour of the Islands on, that stalled reverse spinning power slam. He put that on Tanahashi right. But see, I wanted the match to keep going. And, next match. And then I was like, I was hoping Tanahashi would kick out just so I'd have more time. And I know that's so selfish. Mm-hmm. But still, I'm like, he can kick out. And then CJ said, no, he can't.
No, he can't. Because if he kicked out, I'd be pissed.
But see, but what if he kicked out and he's like, all hyped up and he gets Sling Blade, right? Tanahashi sells the back. He gets to the top rope. High fly flow. Perfect. He nails it. One kick out. Cobb is up. They get up. They battle best they can. Tanahashi come off with Sling Blade. He misses, but he's still on his feet. He runs at Jeff. Jeff sidesteps, pushes him to the ropes, come off, Tour of the Islands, 1, 2, 3.
I mean,
what if it went that way? Just ascertain the thought for me.
Listen.
Damn it, Cedra.
Listen.
Ascertain the thought. I just want my match to go a little longer.
This is the Tour of the Islands. You can kick out the first one, then what the fuck you gonna stay down for the second one for?
Because it hurts.
It should have hurt.
And it would give me more time to focus on my match.
First time. It was bearing moves so you can have an elongated match. Cobb come out the damn screen and Tour of the Islands, you'll be like, see, you had that coming.
It was so cool. How that big fucker come through my screen. I was like, man, I thought Ice Cube would come and just kill my whole family. It'd be so cool. That shit was so funny because that's how people thought back then. I ain't joking. So he come up to that screen and he give me Tour of the Islands and I'm all fucked up. It's so cool. I'm gonna sue. I'm not gonna get all the money because it was so cool. If you do so much, I'm gonna sue you for. But you getting sued. I'm just saying. You got to fix my TV. You done came through the damn thing. I don't know how you did that. Candyman Cobb. But, hey, yeah, Jeff Cobb wins. Tour of the Islands. And this trip is over. He shouldn't lose a match now. He shouldn't lose. And I know the only match he's going to lose is going to be Okada.
Which is booty.
Okada's going to have a clean sweep. I can't see Okada beating Cobb.
Don't see it. He started training in Mexico when he was 6. He flew there by himself and raised himself, and he's a prodigy. He's a genius. I don't see any of that. I don't see any prodigy, genius, or 15, 30 years of training in anything that Okada does.
It seemed like he was a young lion, stayed there, never left, and he just keep with the young lion moves.
Every time they keep sucking out his ass talking about him going to Mexico and being a prodigy. I do not see prodigy, I can't say the damn word, prodigy in Okada. Not at all. He just going through the motions with some screams and then he wins.
Okay, y'all. Look, the reason I skipped the Okada match the way I did was because we already know how it's gonna go, right? But when Chase Owens come out, they ain't got much to say. Okada come out and it's like, let's read off every single stat, every single this, all of that. I'm like bored, and I want to move on. I get bored because it's like a heavyweight title match. If I watch boxing, if whoever they're talking about the most, they're gonna win. It's a work. Even boxing is a work. Y'all can get mad at that all you want, but it's a work. MMA is a work. It just has to be. You know, it sucks. Whoever they talk about the most win. And when someone says that something can be an upset, you got your top contenders and you got somebody that should lose going against them, and if they win to be an upset, and then you got two contenders going against each other, and you're going to call something an upset? You know what an upset is, don't you? That means that this person should have never had the ability to win, and they somehow did it. That is an upset. That's literally like a 10-year-old knocking out Mike Tyson at any stage of life. It just shouldn't happen. That would be an upset. So when y'all use the term upset, I don't care if it's for your gaming or you're watching something, talking to your buddies or whatnot. When you say something's an upset, you're basically saying the job guy got lucky. The enhancement talent got lucky. The training partner got lucky. Joe Schmo Baba Ganoush off the corner got lucky. Keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. If you want to use it to be insulting, fine. But that's what it means. And no one calls Jeff Cobb winning anything an upset because it's fucking Cobb. Mm-hmm. And him beating Okada, they will most likely call it an upset. And if he wins, he could upset Okada. I mean, Okada should be upset that he lost, but it should be an upset that he lost. See how that worked? That's what you call play on words. I enjoyed this. This was an amazing, great main event. They both sold beautifully for each other. They worked the long game of the match. They took cute liberties with each other that was all right. They worked every angle that a cold match could be worked, and it was great, and the crowd was into it. I was into it. I'm fucking up my own road show watching this match.
I love when the crowd is clapping for Tanahashi, trying to get him psyched up and ready to fight back, and Kyle looked at the crowd and said, "Why y'all clapping?"
Hold up. Thinking about that, when Cobb early on, he slammed Tanahashi and then tried to pin him with one finger.
Yep.
And then Tanahashi kick out. You now just like, you look like, how you gonna kick out?
Exactly how Kyle was. How you gonna kick out of that? That was the full finger press, man.
And Tanahashi looking like, what the fuck was that? did I just have sex? That was strange. Did anybody see what just happened? Because I don't want to acknowledge what just happened.
So I'm gonna say what I said about Tanahashi to Cedric. So Tanahashi's body is ill proportion.
Here you go.
I have thought this since we started watching New Japan. When he was younger, I'm sure his body was more proportioned. But at some point, probably when his knees started giving him problems, he stopped working out his legs. So now he like a top sitting on top of two straws. And kind of top you spin? Yeah, that kind of top. He like a top that sits on top of two straws. And he looks like he took his pants down and put his butt in front of a fan, his cheeks were just flapping the wind. He's got no ass. He doesn't work out his ham. He don't do none of that shit. It look like if you took off his pants, he'd just be Play-Doh.
Leave him alone, Cedra. Leave him alone.
I got that said. He's ill proportioned.
Why don't you leave the man alone? If you had no knees, you probably wouldn't work out your legs either.
I got one knee and I work out my legs.
Yeah, but you have more knee than he.
If he stopped doing a high fly flow, he might have some damn knees.
The man's got to feed family. Why are you being like this?
Because he got a flappy butt.
What the fuck? This is what I got to work with, everybody. I got to work with this every week, every day, and the G1 just cloisters this shit.
Yep. So all that time working on his abs, then Coda teach you how to work on your butt.
Coda don't work on anything from the navel down.
Yeah, he does.
Don't look like it.
Shit. Maybe not since he had pneumonia, but there been plenty of times that he came
Excuses.
out.
Excuses.
You gonna cut me off talking about, because you know I'm gonna talk about them thighs. Like, what you trying to prove?
Wait, Codas?
Yes, there have been many times. We like, he done worked out his leg.
I don't know, he seems underdeveloped to me.
Alright. Well, we'll see what we do. We'll take Coda and stuff him in Tanahashi's butt cheeks, and then I'm gonna have to complain about Tanahashi.
Why are you worried about the man's butt cheeks?
I'm a female that likes to see ass on a man. Jeff Kyle's got a nice ass. It looks round and smooth.
That's a big dude.
Yeah, so
he ain't got a choice about it. He got to carry all that upper body weight. His legs gonna be big. He got like Canadian legs, but you know,
Canadian legs.
They're kind of stubby.
His legs aren't stubby.
His legs need to be about 7 inches long, and he'd be properly portioned.
No, he's fine the way he is. All Tanahashi do is work on his hamstrings to lift that flappy butt up.
He probably do.
No, he don't.
It probably puts him in a lot of pain to work out. Give him a break. If the man can get over that rope the way he do, climb and jump, he's all right.
He got knee problems. Stop building up your upper body. Stop building up the top and take some of the weight off them old knees.
His knees ain't up. Why are we doing this?
His knees are old. They're old and they beat up. This is 20 of G1. Them are old knees.
Leave the man alone? The man is obviously trying to do the best he can with what he got.
No, he's not. He trimmed down his lower body and built up.
We are talking about Tanahashi's body. I'm not doing this with you. You done roped me into this bullshit.
Old knees and a flappy butt.
Look, y'all, seriously, this is what the fuck we talk about sometimes off the channel, alright?
Look, man.
We ain't hiding shit.
You be deconstructing bitches, so Tanahashi gonna take the brunt.
I don't do that up here.
You were talking you said that Miho was unsightly, and you upset like me talking on Tanahashi's flappy butt? Unsightly means to put you in a cupboard and not let you out.
That's about how she looked before.
Oh my goodness.
She look better now. She done, this is Miho's like, I know what bread is, sister.
Don't look no different.
She look different than me, just saying. She look way better than she did before. Peter, she's always looked good. She always looked like, hey, I know what food tastes like.
She's a go-go dancer. She can't afford to not look good. All she do is look good.
She got meat on her. She got a booty. She got somewhat of legs.
Okay, Tanahashi don't have a booty and he don't work on his legs.
We can't tell that. Maybe his clothes was undergoing something bad.
Then they're always undergoing something bad because he's got bagginess in his butt.
It's not the butt. It's probably his trunks.
They're baggy.
Okay, he might need to get some new ones.
Get some new ones to cover his flappy butt. He ain't got no butt. It don't even.
He's a guy.
It don't even curve out any. It's just straight.
He's a guy.
As we've had this conversation before, there are plenty of men on this planet with ample butts.
And all 12 of them probably look good.
So do we have to go looking at butts again?
Please don't.
Okay.
I'm just saying. The man tries for what he can.
He don't.
Look, y'all. We could talk about this all weirdly night and keep messing y'all up. If y'all are still here, thank you. Okay? But CJ done messed me up for the night. And I gotta render this. I gotta render this. You know what? I'm gonna render this first and then I'll do the road. That's what I'll do. So the road will be going up a day late, but I'm gonna get this one out. It's 11:51 p.m. I would love to play some Final Fantasy 11 just for a little bit. So I hope y'all enjoyed this. I really do. This, you get to hear us banter and be silly, but this is crazy. Look, I'm gonna get up out of here, okay? So y'all can just turn it off now, or this to the outro that I keep flubbing because I really don't know exactly what I'm gonna say. So this has been Cedric and Cedric for CR Wrestling Commentary, New Japan Pro Wrestling, G1 Climax 31, day 14. All right, y'all stay safe out there. Glove up, mask up, wash up, be safe, keep each other safe. Please do. Please. You know, be a part of the solution, not a part of the spreading disaster. That said, good night, everyone. See you next time.